Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.
The Later Daters on Netflix. I'm also going to add in Ultimatum. And since talking to Larry, I'm now tuning into the Ultimatum South Africa edition. It is completely different than the American edition. Let me welcome in my guest. We're going to talk relationships, especially the Later Daters. The one and only Coach Cass.
What's up, y'all? Hey, kids. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey. I have mixed feelings. You look good. Yes, it's been an interesting day. You know,
yes, I love the Later Daters. They don't give enough shine to our over 50 crew. Come on now.
No, I'm not have mixed feelings about that, about the show today. Coupled with the food hangover, it's the sweetest hangover that I need to get over. I got acid reflux. We ate too much last night. Me and Smith was like, I was sleepy in the middle of the day for no reason. You know, that's not but too much food.
You got to take some B12, B12 vitamins. There we go.
I took a B12 this morning. Ma'am, that's that Del Frisco. They must put butter and cream and everything. But yeah, no, the Later Date, you know, I appreciate the Later Daters because my mama got married in her 70s. So as a matter of fact, I might do a podcast with her if she'll let me because she's funny acting, you know, sometimes.
Cool it, Karen.
She's funny acting. She may not do it, or she'll get there and freeze up, and because she's hilarious. But then the microphone changes everything, you know.
Just slide it in, you know, like
sneak it, pretend like I'm having a conversation, and then she don't know.
That's it.
I'll have to work it out. But yeah, it's a lovely love story. So with Michelle Obama, I was like, what Michelle Obama got to do with? Why is she doing this? You are all in with the Later Daters, I see.
I am. So Michelle said that she was doing a lot of documentaries, but she wanted something to highlight people later in life and their struggles of love, you know? And I love it because this is who I deal with this all day, every day. I was like, this is what I do, right? So now we all love Anise. You know, that was the fit lady that got the buff man. It was like, oh, can everybody get that, please? So for me, I loved it because we don't spend enough time knowing that there's always time for love, right? So you know it, Karen, because you saw your mom. But for many people, it's like they give up after 45. I'm like, what are you doing? You got like another 50 years on this earth. And so for me, it was really good. Now, a lot of those people still didn't work out. So for me, you know, sometimes we spend too much time on the chemistry. You know, there's a whole lot of chemistry, but a lot of times that sucker fizzles out. So you gotta go deeper with the dating.
Okay, now I'm not all caught up, but I'm with the brother who is meticulous in his home. He's got his daughter's mom, who's his best friend. I'm like, y'all need to just get back together. I like their chemistry is amazing.
But they made it clear that they was never really nothing. You know, it was like
I know they had a sexual thing, and then a baby came. But there's so much fun. They know she knows him, he knows her.
The man is too meticulous. You know, it's like if the cup here and you move it, he's gonna have a problem. It was shown very much so. She told him to wear an outfit. The man put on a 3-piece suit. You know, so whoever he's going to end up with has to be okay with everything has a place. Remember the girl? Oh, you don't know. So he got a great girl, but she said, you know what? If I'm going out, I leave my clothes on the bed. He said, but you're going to fix it before we leave the house, right? Like it was a whole situation.
Wow.
Everything has to be put away, and not many people can get along with that personality type.
Maybe he got like OCD or something. That's
He does. Definitely. I also think it's a function of being alone too long.
Exactly.
Because you get that's me. You get comfortable with the way you like things, and people who like I know where everything is. If something is moved or there's something that's not supposed to be where it is, I'm looking for you. And then I'm going to show you don't do. Yeah. So people like that are hard to be with. Yeah. As
you get older, you're actually supposed to become more flexible, because the dating pool is even smaller. Because what I know is that you don't want to take up a new sick patient. That's what I often hear from my ladies. You know, they're out here working out, but their counterparts not always, right? So the pool is smaller for those who are still jazzy and out here doing something, but you can't be that meticulous if you want to be with somebody. So, okay, I got the map. So we have mindset. You got to fix your mindset when it comes to dating and what you're open to. The approach. You actually have to be fun to be around with. And the P, the P is practice, Karen.
I thought
So
that
many
was
people,
pussy.
they think
It's practice. Okay.
Okay.
You should change that though
no,
to
the P is
punani.
practice.
No, they made a whole
You
song
can't-
about
you
it. Wet ass
can't-
practice.
You can't get to the punani, okay, if
Thank
there's
you.
no practice, okay?
Oh,
Otherwise,
okay.
it's an escort service. So the practice is too many people, especially over 40, over 50, over 60, are thinking about love and dating, but they're actually not practicing it. You understand me? And that's the problem.
Yeah, I do. But that's tough. You know, like I was sharing with the folk. I was at the place waiting for our table to be ready, and the people came up to me
Flirt?
and Loree, and I was like, it was unwanted attention. And then he was right here in my face, like right here. I was like, I don't know you, sir. Back up. The bird flu is out. You gotta know I don't like that
bird
breathing
flu.
on me, and then you drunk.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it was too much. And Loree was like,
too much.
yeah. And it's like, does this work in the real world?
In some instances, you
Then,
know,
then
but
it
you
made,
gotta-
made
you
me
gotta
made me
process
shake his
from it.
hand, made me touch his hand. Then I had to go run to the bathroom and wash my. I don't know where his fingers have been.
You got a little bit
Oh,
of
you like that?
germaphobe going too. There's a little bit of germaphobe.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm
really-
saying it was all of that. I gotta eat my food with these hands, and I'm shaking your hand like it was too much. I had anxiety.
Right. But that's where the practice comes in, right? So doing a little bit more of the getting out and meeting people. And that's exactly why I'm having this intensive for people to get in person and have mock dates with real men.
Okay.
They could up their ante, up their confidence, their social skills, stuff that we just didn't get taught.
Do you find it different for people coming out of the pandemic era versus before?
Well, not everyone, but I would say that I and many people are more cognizant of that 6 feet. Like, why are you so close to my face, right? So you do get a little bit more of, all right, just back up a little bit and I can hear you from over there. Yeah, I would say that we are more conscious in terms of the spacing of people, definitely.
Yeah, because I like every once in a while I have a flashback. Like we go out, we do stuff, me and my wife, but like we'll be at a basketball game or something, and someone like 3 rows behind us coughing. I'll be right back in the pandemic for a second, like, oh, like
No,
we gotta go, and it's like, wait a
right
minute,
here.
calm down, Rod.
I got a mask right here. We were on the airplane the other day and I was out here just breathing.
Yeah,
With the cough, I said, oh.
I can imagine dating would pop up like that too. Like if I was actually out here looking to date someone, I mean, essentially before you really get with them, that is a stranger with their new strange germs.
Yeah,
That's
and you
right.
got to get over that mental hurdle and understand that you're here for a purpose. You want to meet these people.
But there's a lot of things we don't talk about anymore, like sexually transmitted infections, right? And what that is. And essentially the numbers are higher as you get older because people feel like, oh, we're grown. We don't need to talk about that. So now they're sleeping with folks and you don't know their status and that ends up being a problem, right?
That's scary.
So, yeah. It's
Also with this Viagra, like, a lot of these people wasn't supposed to be having sex this long. So like, it's a whole nother burden you got to deal with. It used to be like, I'm looking forward to dating a 60-year-old man because it's going to be an easier time. And now it's like, oh my God, you too?
What? Not again, sir. But the heart.
it's too much. It's too
Stop
much.
it. For people who want love, and I think, there are a lot of people that want love, and then there are a lot of people who don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to, like they're okay.
Right.
We need to leave space for that. But if you want that, if that's what you are seeking in your life, Coach Cass can help you get you through it, right? It's not for everybody. There should be no pressure. If you like yourself, I think that man needed to not try to even date. I felt like he was already, just go
now,
ahead.
do you think
have random sex?
why do y'all think
that's
he
what
went
was
on the
looking
show?
for real. Huh?
Why do y'all think he went on the show?
We don't know.
Right.
Attention? I don't know. Maybe he got a product he gonna sell later. I'm not sure.
Maybe, yeah, he gonna come out with something.
Because if you're casting the show, I get why you would want him to be in your cast on the shows, because he's gonna give you better TV. That he like having a person that is closed off makes better drama and tension for the TV product. But him as a person, I wonder if did he think he was ready, and like what made or as y'all said, maybe he's just selling something.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know how stringent he is. Most people don't see the picture in the frame, right? So when you have a dating coach that's there live to give you feedback with how you're interacting with people, it's like, oh, I didn't even know I was coming off like that. Remember, he said this was the first time he's ever been vulnerable about his accident. So he was a paratrooper jumping out of planes, and then he has a whole ailment, and he was pretending like it wasn't there. So can you imagine going on a date with somebody and they're walking a little funny, and like, what happened? Nothing. Okay, right? So I think what he got out of that was he has to be straight up about his experiences and what he's been through. And so we just don't know unless we get that feedback. It really is important. We don't know how we coming across. So he probably thought he was period.
Yeah. That's an interesting way to get it too on worldwide TV. You know what I mean?
Well, that's for all the shows. I saw some folks
I was gonna say people on these reality shows, they see themselves and then they like it alters and changes how
but then they see themselves after the edits, which is a whole nother
that too.
I saw something that a couple of them are suing, right? Just because reality TV, they go through a lot and long hours and all this other stuff. And so, you know, it's a bubble. You're in a bubble for a certain amount of time, and there's a certain outcome that they want to happen, and it may or may not happen. Yeah, it's a lot.
Are you up on the ultimatum shows, Coach Cass?
I started watching the latest one, and I already saw that one guy was like, yeah, I saw something nice across the table on the first night. I was like, dang, like, why are you here with your girlfriend? Are y'all really together?
Yeah, that show is wild. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So the premise, Rod, is you bring your person on, your girlfriend, boyfriend, and one person has given the other an ultimatum. So the woman is giving the man an ultimatum, or the man is giving the woman an ultimatum, and you date other people. You break up on the show so that you can have a trial mock marriage with somebody else. And then 3 weeks later, you come back to your former mate and decide whether or not you want to marry or not. To me, it's a dumb show. It's a dumb show. Like, I have to admit, and it's problematic on so many levels. I feel like it's unhealthy. And to go through this TV thing to get to that point, it was that poor guy that had a meltdown because his girl was with the black man with the mandingo body. He lost his mind, like, and I felt it for him
black too, or he was not black?
No, he was not.
So he
was curled up in a ball, crying and just up. And I felt that for him because it was like it wasn't just the jealousy. It was like he actually sleeping with the woman I want to marry. I brought her here to tell her I want to marry her. And I know she's sleeping with him. Oh my God, he was
horrible. I'm like, just end it. Just
yes.
Mine. If they ain't trying to say yes, okay, bye.
Too painful.
I think the last season I watched, the girl found out she was pregnant, so then they came off the show. But she like, it's like you had to get pregnant to get where you wanted to get. It's too much.
Wow.
People put themselves through some real mental exercises to be on these shows.